What up, everybody? My name is Faye Taylor. I'm the owner of Honey Hot Fish and Grits. I wanted to tell you about my first day on the job. Um, wasn't at all like I expected it to be, but it was really, really good. We had great support from the city. City came out. My clients came out because I am a barber by trade. So my clients came out and represented for what we were doing our soft opening. I had to be the first to say it was a success. It was a major success because anytime you have people coming out to support you, it's always, a pretty good chance that it could go good or bad. So it went really well. For our first soft opening, we did a car giveaway. So I think the car giveaway was a good thing. I think the bad thing and what I was trying to do was I tried to do it on a holiday. So as you know, yesterday was Easter. For the saints who celebrate Easter, I definitely celebrate Easter and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But also people celebrate using like 420. So it's 420. In my city, it was Africa in April as well. And so these are three very big things that goes on in our city. And because of those things, I think it kind of had an effect on my show up ability and just, people going to auntie house or to grandmama's house or, just eating with their family and going to church or what have you. You know what I'm saying? I think that it had some sort of effect on what I had going yesterday. Overall, I think it was really, really good. Big ups to the people who came out supported. I think externally we look really, really well, but I think internally things that people don't know about when you own a food truck. This was my very first time. It was my very first time cooking for a large crowd or trying to. So more or less, on my first day of my soft opening, which is the first time I've ever been in any commercial style restaurant business. For my very first day, I was a student leader. So although it's my truck, I've never experienced it before. So the best thing for me to do was to listen first, get an idea, and then take those ideas and those lessons and apply them for when I become a leader in this business. Well, because I think I'm a pretty good cook, but I'm a pretty good cook at home. So when you're doing something and you're doing it for a large quantity of people, it's very, very different. Cooking at home and cooking in a commercial business is two very, very separate things, not even close, right? So I think before you get a food trailer, food truck, restaurant, you have to first sell some plates. Or if you're not gonna sell plates, then you have to throw some dinner parties. If you're not gonna throw a dinner party, then you have to like host Thanksgiving, or you have to cater, or you have to do something. So externally, we did well. I don't think people really knew what was going on behind the scenes, how disastrous it was for a first day. So just namely, one of the biggest things we had going on was ticket times. So our ticket times was running about 40 minutes to an hour. And we didn't even have like a real big crowd. We had a steady flow. Here and there we had pops of people, but nothing that was excessively like over the top, like more than 5 people at a time. So it wasn't that busy for us to be so stressed out. But of course, to my people who came, I think God just put this team together. It became like the dream team for the day. So I had 2 people like taking orders and greeting people. So I'm really not that part of my business so much, or I have to learn that part of this business. I am that as a barber, but as a food truck owner, it's just way different. It's just not the same. So I had 2 people outside that were more sociable, if you will. I think I'm sociable, but with the people that I know. So anxiety kind of sometimes gets in the way of my socializing with people as much. But I had 2 people outside for that. And then I had 3 people in the truck with me. One work fry, one work like prep work, and then of course I was doing cooking. And then we got a 4th. and she came in like a storm. So I had a guy who already has a food truck, who used to be a previous customer of mine. He came in as my like head chef. I followed his instructions. I listened to him. He was very, very aggressive. He was very, very, as a matter of fact, he was very, very drill sergeant-ish. And I think that we're really, really good friends. He always hits me with real good insight. So whenever I talk to him, I always learn something. But he has his own food truck and he runs it in the way he runs it. And so it was difficult to be yelled at, to be get it together, this is not the way it goes, you know, different little things like that he gave me. He came in like throwing stuff out, moving people out of the truck very aggressively, because he knows, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bad thing. It's because he knows this business and I don't. So he threw 2 of my people off the truck immediately, and he threw a whole slew of things off the truck as well, because they didn't need to be in there. So I have no problem being a student. I have no problem playing second fiddle if it is something that can benefit me, I guess, in the long run with my business. I needed all of that. And then I had a young friend that came in, and she kind of ended up like leading my line and teaching me so much. Again, I've never cooked for any large quantity of people ever, and so this was my very first time, you know, just putting a match to the box. Behind the scenes, we had a fryer that just would not stay on, so we cut it on, and then within 5 minutes it'll be completely out. We didn't know what the problem was, so all day we were just relighting and relighting and relighting. So my fryer's on his knees all day trying to get the fryer back going. Also, my generator, I did so much in preparation for the food truck that I forgot that I had diesel in my gas can. I had a 5-gallon gas can and I had diesel in it. And so the day of my event, I was afraid to dump the diesel out and put gas on top of it because I didn't want to ruin my generator or something. So we used a 1-gallon can, put like 2 or 3 gallons in, and we just kind of left it because it already had some gas in it. So after a while, it cut off because it ran out of gas. We filled it up again with 1 gallon because we really don't have much time to do this, and get back to work. So we're doing that, and then I plugged up another double fryer, and it just kept killing my energy inside the food truck. So you name it, we went through it. So we had long ticket times, long wait times, and we had to resort to a method of like cooking in a skillet. So we taking people's order and we actually frying it in a skillet, because when you have a food truck, you cannot say you don't have it. You just have to improvise with what you do have. And so with me doing that, I learned really fast that you know, in the snap of a finger, you gotta be ready to go. You gotta be ready to figure something else out, to try it a different way. And so we did that. I'm sorry if you hear like lawnmowers in the backyard. In the background. I'm at home and I got my food trailer open, and so I'm in my neighborhood. And so people are doing neighborhood things. But anyway, successfully, we were able to get through the day, because I think that mostly we had people who was gonna support anyway. We did have newcomers. We did have people who came up, never been there before, never even heard of the business. And they really just kind of came in and supported just off the name itself. We did really well together, effectively as a crew. My first day was kind of massive for a first day. I asked other food truck owners if what I had did in that day was good, and you know, they made me feel like it was the most biggest win that a food truck owner could have on day one. So I feel like it was successful. It was successful even without the money. So yeah, food truck ownership is not for the faint at heart. You have to be ready to go at any given moment. You have to be ready to improvise where things go wrong, and you have to be able to not let the people see you sweat. So my crew, my supporters, my team was amazing. I've worked in restaurants before, but I worked as a host, I worked as a server, I did a little bit of bartending, but the kitchen is the heartbeat of a restaurant. And everybody knows, like, if you don't have your heartbeat, you're dead. And so I had people there that was saving me when my business was dying. And so they was like resuscitating the business. And so if if it is your heartbeat, you have to have massive, good blood flow. If your blood's not flowing right, you have a heart attack and die. So it's the same way with your restaurant. So before you decide to jump into this business, as I did, I jumped into this business because I needed to do something right then and there. It was kind of like an emergency situation, and I jumped off the porch. Day one has shown me that it is very possible with a food truck. The downside is get some experience first. I won't be leading my truck for a minute because I don't know this side of restaurant. So learn the business, put out good quality food, put out good quality service, and I think those things are the makeup of having a good food truck business. So some do's and don'ts. Don't do what I did. I started at infant and went straight to adulthood. And so you have to take your steps. You have to grow with your business. And so I jumped off the porch and I actually won. But I think it's vital that you get the necessary tools to be successful in this business. So I got a lot of work to do. But thank you for all that came out and supported yesterday. We did really well in every area. To Dalen, who won that car yesterday, we gave away a 2007 Saturn Sky. We souped that thing up, made it real pretty like them plates. And he came out, him and his family came out, and they won that car for their mother. And she didn't even know what was going on. So her kids came out and they put in the work or put in the money to order the food. And then they won the car. They went home, got their mom, came back, and she was a new car owner. So an early happy Mother's Day gift to Dalen's mom, to Will, to I think her name is Regine or something like that. But anyway, big ups to y'all and y'all family and what y'all did for y'all mother. It was just destined for y'all to win. I think what y'all did was beautiful. So just thank you to everybody who came out and supported us, even on a holiday, even with our flaws and mishaps. We thank y'all so much. Y'all come out and support. We'll be out this Saturday and Sunday. Sunday we'll be at 4791 Hatch Cross Road. And Saturday night, I think we're going to do a nighttime brunch. So y'all stay tuned for the locations and the menu. Peace.